Morning on the orbital station, Lumen 5 began as usual. The guard shift stood by the observation dome, engineers hurried toward the reactor bay, and young alien trainees dragged oversized learning modules, trying not to bump into adults. Among them was a small Xilian cub named Tur. His species, the draconic clans of Xillia, were famed for sharp senses, endurance, and an instinctive suspicion of anything unfamiliar. Adult Xillians were massive, like walking combat engines, but cubs were anxious, excitable, and incredibly sensitive to the emotions of others. Tur adored watching humans. They were unpredictable, flexible, strange. Some gestured wildly while talking. Others laughed at things no Xillian could understand. And some disappeared for breaks just to get coffee, a mysterious ritual Tur believed to be a form of combat preparation. But the human he admired most was technician Emily Carter. She repaired anything she touched, spoke to machines as if they were pets, and always waved to Tur, even if both her hands were full of tools. And it was her he happened to be watching on the fateful day, when the station learned about a new, horrifying human disease. Emily was working under the observation dome, wrestling with a bundle of phase stabilizer cables. She tugged one connector, grumbled something under her breath, and then opened her mouth wide. Very wide, as if trying to swallow half the station. Tur froze. His pupils expanded. His neck plates snapped upright. A bared mouth is a pain signal. That was what Xillian adults taught. That was what instinct told every cub. And Emily had just bared her mouth wide and long, then didn't die, but merely rubbed her eyes. "Ugh," she groaned. "I definitely need coffee." Tur trembled. "She's struggling to breathe. She's suffocating. She's signaling danger." The cub shrieked so loudly that a passing tentacled worker dropped an entire crate. Tur bolted to the nearest comm terminal. Standing on his hind legs, he slapped the emergency alert panel. "Medical emergency. The human has torn her jaw open." The entire station lurched. Lumen 5 went into full red alert protocol. Sirens wailed. Gravity switched to stabilization mode. Bulkhead sealed. Commander Rilther, a towering, segmented Rillian, received the report first. "A distress call from a Xillian cub," he asked, "claiming a human has suffered jaw rupture." "Commander," said the security officer, "if a human shows jaw trauma, it could indicate neurological attack. The station may be compromised." "Everyone to the dome," Rilther barked. Within seconds, elite guards, a six-species medical team, and 2 combat drones loaded with emergency injectors all flooded into the observation area. They found Emily sitting atop a cable coil, sipping coffee. "Human Emily," the commander shouted, "do not move, we will save you." She blinked. "What?" A Rillian medic rolled forward with a scanner. "Where is the injury?" The cub reported catastrophic mandibular rupture. "Who reported what?" Emily choked on her coffee. Right then, Tur peeked out from behind the corner. Clutching his tiny claws together, he squeaked. "I saw it. You opened your mouth very wide. You were signaling pain." Behind him, the adult Xillians nodded solemnly. They, too, believed yawning was a dire omen. Emily covered her face with her palm. "Guys," she sighed, "it's called yawning, it's just a yawn." "A what?" the medic asked. "It's something humans do when we're bored, cold, or tired. We open our mouths and inhale more air. It's perfectly normal, not an injury." The station went silent. "It is a ritual?" the commander asked. "It is physiology," she corrected, "completely harmless." The Xillians exchanged horrified looks. "But you bared your mouth," Tur cried, "very wide." "That wasn't even my widest." Emily grinned and yawned again on purpose. The medic squealed and dropped his scanner. The next hour devolved into an impromptu scientific symposium. Biologists, physiologists, threat analysts, and even one diplomat, who never missed a chance to examine human weaponry, gathered around Emily, who sat in the middle with her coffee. Her answers were recorded on 3 dozen data pads. Yes, it's normal. No, it's not aggression. Yes, we do it often. No, nobody dies. The Zillions wrote every word down. Tur sat closest, eyes wide. So, when you bare your mouth, you are not dying. No. And not calling for help. No. And not announcing impending madness. What no? Tur thought for a moment, then whispered. Humans are very strange. Emily ruffled his head plates. Yes, and that's what makes us fun. The next day, the station implemented a new directive. A yawn is not grounds for red alert. But the story didn't end there. Because 2 days later, a long, pathetic sound echoed down the corridor. Emily turned. There stood Tur, the Zillion cub, and he was yawning, honestly trying to imitate a human. He puffed his neck plates proudly. See, I practice like a human. Emily nearly dropped her datapad. Tur, sweetie, why would you do that? I want to be like you, brave, not afraid. She knelt beside him, smiling softly. Tur, bravery isn't about opening your mouth wide. It's about seeing something you don't understand and choosing to face it anyway. The cub considered this, then nodded seriously. Then I want to learn from humans. You're strange, but you're courageous. Emily held out her hand. Consider this your first lesson. The cub placed his little clawed hand in hers, and for the first time, Lumen 5 witnessed a friendship pact between a human and a Zillion cub. Later, Commander Rilther would say, humans are not the strongest, not the fastest, but they perform the impossible. They turn fear into curiosity, and for that they must be feared and respected. And Tur would add, and also they yawn, very scary but very cool.